yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
The following podcast is for adults, not children. So get those fucking assholes out of the room, because they gotta leave. Zoom in on your face.
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
Stupid motherfuckers.
The wise words from Shia Labeouf there. Delivering a motivational speech to tell you to get off your arse and do what you want to do.
Some great stuff that he actually came out with.
Yeah.
It's like that hit
So
the nail
simple
on the head. The craziest thing about it though is why is that guy so pissed off that I'm not doing it?
That guy, Shia Labeouf, is pissed off that you're not doing what you want to do, Phil.
Yeah.
He's really fucking pissed off.
I'd like to know why. Does he feel that about himself? I don't think he does. So why would he really care that much?
He's using
everybody else.
He's using passion to get the point across.
Do you think he's angry that we don't live in a utopian society? Because I think that's where some of that comes from. You can go one way or the other. You know, they'd be like, "Come on, everybody, let's fucking get up and do it." Or you can be like, "Everything's fucked. The reptiles are gonna take over. You're all gonna die. Just kill yourself now." You know what I mean? It comes from the same place, but it's two completely different.
Or maybe
ways.
Shia Labeouf is just venting repressed anger from being in those shitty Michael Bay Transformers movies. Jury's out. I don't know.
His dad might try to rile him up with motivational shit like that when he was younger, and he's pissed off. But he's like, "But it does make sense.
Your dreams come true." So this podcast is going to be about motivation, believe it or not. First time I watched that Shia Labeouf video, I think it was about a week ago now. I was working away on the computer and I had my earphones in and I had it on, and I did think, as I was watching the video, this is motivating me to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I watched it and I thought, yes, yeah, it's just like there's a video of Joe Rogan, for those who don't know, stand-up comedian, podcaster, MMA commentator for the UFC in America. He has a very similar but much longer one, basically saying the same thing but in kind of a more poetic way, about being the hero of your own movie. You know, would you watch yourself? Are you doing what you want to do, reaching your full potential? And Shia LaBeouf sort of strips, as his speech is stripped that right down
to its bare bones,
kept it short and sweet, and stuck some real emotion in there. He's screaming at you, do it, make your dreams come true. Because let's be honest, Phil, what's the percentage of people, for instance, even around here, that are not doing what they wanted to do? Do you think that as a child they would want to be where they are now? Because generally I don't think most people think like that.
It's got to be more than 95%.
It's got to be. It'd be a very slim percentage of people that actually do what they've always wanted to do.
And look forward to getting up and actually going to work and that.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking, oh well, in 3 days' time I'm off.
It's too easy for humans, myself included. I'll be honest, I'm not doing it all the time. Hey, I wish I was doing it all the time though. But when you just think about something and you just think, I'll do it later.
Yeah.
I'll do it next week. If we all had the mindset where we did what we wanted to do then and there, if possible, or the next available opportunity, then
by doing that,
why not?
That would limit some of the bad things that you end up wanting to do.
Tardiness, laziness,
because you repress the good stuff that you actually want to do, because you repress that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, now I want to fucking slap that person in the face because they're a dick and they piss me off.
Not promoting violence on this podcast, mate.
I am.
Phil is, yeah.
I say, punch first, ask questions later.
You want to hit him, do you?
I want to hit that motherfucker.
Do it!
Fucking exactly, just gone for it. But you get the idea. If you were pursuing something that you wanted to pursue, you'd be less likely to want to do bad shit. So if everyone thought like that, it probably would make for a mint fucking world.
Yeah.
But the point behind it all is it's
make your dreams come true.
The fear of failure is such a big skit.
I believe you have to fail to succeed.
Yeah, you got it.
You've got to learn. You've got to learn. When this podcast first began, we've been going for less than a year. You know, at the beginning, more so than now, we had ups and downs where we thought, well, what is this working? Are we reaching enough people? Do people actually want to listen to what we have to say? Really? Does anybody care?
Be honest, guys.
Be honest. So we've thought that, and we still do it now where we doubt ourselves and we think, well, we're always going to continue. That's one thing that has never changed. There's never been any point in the history of this podcast where we've ever considered quitting. It's always been, if some shows aren't very good or some things aren't working the way we want them to, change it up next time. We're just constantly putting tracks in front of the podcast train that we're on, because it's not stopping. It's still going. So we're doing it, if you will, with a podcast, even if we haven't received negative criticism. But even if some things didn't work the way we wanted them to, it's those failures that help you with achieving the success that you try to get. It helps you. You can be like, that didn't work, let's try this. Or this works, let's keep going.
Yeah, success is like a long-term thing.
Yeah.
And you cannot reach it without losing a few battles on the way there.
No, it's like people that go to the gym, people, right, I'll go to the gym. Oh, I'm not seeing results after a week. Of course you're not going to see results after a week. Keep ploughing at it, keep doing it. The results will come with time and commitment.
It takes ages to achieve anything good.
Overnight success is a very, very hard thing to come by. It's not easy. You're not gonna, if you want to be an actor, you're probably not gonna become an overnight success. But you could well, in a few years' time, be one of the best actors who's working today, if you put in what's necessary for you to achieve that talent and progress it and get where you want to be. But you've got to do it. You've got to take the risk, take the gamble. And one thing I've found in my own life is, if I want to take a risk or a gamble, there's always going to be them people who sort of want to pull you back and don't want you to take that risk. No, you can't do that. Why would you do that? Don't do that. But that's because they either, through jealousy, don't want you to do it. They don't want you to leave the situation that you're currently in. They don't want you to take the risk. They care about you, which is kind of sugar-coated. They worry that you'll fail. Yeah, failure is part of it. Or they don't want their perception of you to change. Oh, he just does this and he does that. Don't do this, don't change. I can't deal with you changing. But
it's like a selfish approach when people like
massively selfish approach. Yeah.
But most people do that. Like I do that. Like a lot of time, you look at people in terms of their value to you, instead of thinking, actually, that's an individual.
Oh, so you want to
be able to do whatever.
You want to move away and pursue your talent. No, I'm not on board with that. But the way they'll put that across is, what's the point? You can't do that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. There is going to be people that are going to give you motivation. They're going to help you achieve your dreams, whatever your dream is. But there's always going to be people that don't want to see that change in you. And it's probably on a subconscious level of theirs. But one thing I've found and one thing I really champion for is doing what you want to do. Which is why I love it when videos like this come out with Shia Labeouf saying what he says, and like the Joe Rogan one, or even if you type on YouTube motivational videos and it's got these images which have speeches from movies over the top of them and people saying you can do this, you can do that. I think the world needs a bit more motivation. The news is full of tragedies and dark deeds and horrible events that are occurring. How often is it that you'll put on TV and you'll get something motivational or something that really spurs you on as a person? Not very often at all. It's probably a very short segment on a TV show like the news, usually the local news, in which there's somebody with a disability or a problem that's doing really well. It's never flung in your face. EastEnders, for example, for people across the world, EastEnders it's a British soap, serial drama. You watch that show and you think, fuck, this is just full of bleak, dark, depressive subject matter that, as an entertainment form and as a release from day-to-day life, to watch that can't be good for your health. To watch a story about a rapist or somebody who's been touched, yeah, I mean, it's real life, but when all the characters are going through some sort of strife, you sit down and watch that, that's going to affect your emotions at the end of the half an hour, even on a subconscious level. Well, shit, what the fuck's this?
Well, humans have empathy, don't they? So in empathy, what that is feeling what other people are feeling. So if you're watching somebody upset, it automatically puts you into like a physical state where you feel, I feel like a little bit more down than I did before, because you're taking on this other person's state.
Yeah.
If all you're watching is fucking people like murdering, raping, and cheating, and doing that kind of shit, then that you're going to be ended up spending quite a fair-sized chunk of your day in that shit state.
Yeah.
That's not going to fucking do anything to like excite your dopamine levels or anything like that.
No, it's not. It's not. So, and the sad thing is a lot of people are quite happy to just go to work, come home, watch the soaps, do what they need to do, go to bed. You only live once. You need to try and do as much as you can. And I've not done everything. There's some dreams I haven't chased. I'm a slight hypocrite by saying all this, but I'm really trying to spur you listeners on, because there's only one person who can, dictate your future, and that's you. If you have the power to change, that power's within you, and you can unlock it and do it. I think as small as the challenge is, set yourself small challenges. If you don't want to commit to say you do want to be an actor, and you haven't done any, you haven't done any acting classes since school, but you really want to do it. You think, I really want to try this. Give it a go. Join a local drama group. Of course, you're going to be nervous. You're going to be really nervous about starting that. It'll put the shits up you. You'll be scared to do it, but you've got to do it. If you don't do it, if you don't try, you don't learn. You might find it's not for you. Then that dream might disappear, and you might think, oh well, I'm glad I tried that. It wasn't for me. Let's move on to something else.
What do you think the main thing is, like, in our society?
I think
that stops people from going after other dreams.
I think it's laziness. I think it's people stuck in a rut. I think people like routine. People like the comfort blanket of the home situation or what's going on around them. People don't like to take risks.
Yeah, that's a huge
people don't like to take risks.
It's because taking risks is fucking dangerous, isn't it? So it's going to be inbuilt in with to sort of try and make the safest option or safest choice where possible. You know what I mean? That's just going to be ingrained in you, that like always wanting to sway you towards, right, there's not as much reward here, but it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
That just seems to permeate through
I also think
the mindset.
Yeah, I also think people's situations that they're in is another cause for people not doing what they want to do. If you've just started a family, but like I said, there's ways around it. There's a way around everything.
If you can live with yourself by the end of your life, knowing that you've not really pursued what you really wanted to, but if you're okay with that, then fuck it. that's absolutely fine. Isn't it?
It's better to be sat in your deathbed thinking about things that you've done instead of things that you should have done.
Yeah.
Even if those things you did failed.
You probably end up thinking in terms of like stuff being achievements that you didn't consider to be achievements at the time. Like when you're older and just evaluating your life.
Yeah.
Maybe if you look back and you think, that was such an achievement that I sustained a fucking 40-year marriage or whatever, or had a child and they had children.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're probably more inclined to look at that shit. I'd imagine. That's probably the most important thing. Is like, right, how healthy are your relationships to other humans? Because even if you are just pursuing a dream by yourself, that's going to fuck you up. That if you were just by yourself and you didn't have any good attachments to humans.
Yeah, I mean, my job at the minute involves me doing a lot of work where I'm basically by myself, and when that's going on for 6 days, which like I've just done, that it does get you a bit actually, because although you have very few and far between human interaction, it does still occur, but being lonely really isn't healthy for the human mind. It's for the human state.
It's not a species that likes to fucking
we're a pack animal.
Itself,
we're tribal. We're not designed to be solitary beings. We're designed to being small clans.
Yeah, our strength is literally in the cooperation of other humans.
Mm-hmm.
Like people like, it's fair to say as well. But they claim that it's competition that drives human development and stuff like that. But is it? Is it not the cooperation? That's where shit really takes off. Concorde. You had British Airways and fucking Air France working together to create something that could go twice the speed of sound at full clip. Get from bloody London to New York in 3.5 hours or something.
Yeah.
1,500 miles an hour. That was the collaboration of two different states there.
Uh-huh.
They were like, let's actually cooperate instead of competing. I mean, sure, there was competition on some level, but, you know, they were like, let's work together. And they were the first ones to create supersonic flight.
Without working together, humans wouldn't be at the point that they're at now.
Aye.
Because
all the knowledge has been shared, if you think about it.
Knowledge needs to be shared and resources need to be pooled to achieve success. So come together to make larger cities, bigger towns, and let's just look at the 21st century world. You know, the trading of resources.
Mm-hmm. Because that's how this knowledge accumulates over time as well, and it gets stored in the psyches of, you know, the people that live whenever, and they pass it on, and then they're teaching other people new things. Like, imagine how it started, like what you were teaching. Pick up the rock, chuck it at the fucking thing over there. That's it, right? Watch me, now you try, you know?
Yeah.
And then someone learned, actually, I can make a bow and arrow. And they passed that shit on. And think how that's developed. Like, these ideas have developed. We went from fucking just throwing rocks at shit to, now we know collectively how to mine all the fucking elements and materials to make a spaceship.
Yeah.
Like, we can do that.
Phil, that was the aliens that taught us how to do that.
Of course. How could I be so naive?
Because you could be, Phil. You're a fucking fool.
It totally could have been them as well.
It could have been.
There's nothing to say like that's impossible.
You're right.
But I doubt it. Because if you think about it, why would we need that? Like, maybe we are just as clever as we are through natural human on Earth evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me.
Maybe we are. Maybe we just like the idea of...
we're just creating shit all the time. Like,
yeah,
let's pretend that the aliens came. No, man, we're just fucking amazing. Man.
It's a nice theory, though. I like that theory. The
alien one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Especially the ancient shit. Like, the pyramids are spaceships. Or time machines. That is a class idea, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Because they definitely had some crazy technology, as we've discussed in one of the podcasts. Like, they were amazing at what they did. And that was thousands of years ago.
Mm-hmm. What they managed to build.
Like, fucking quite a few thousand years ago as well. And it's like, how did the aliens. It has to have been
right, okay, well. Next topic, what is it?
Why would they fuck off, though?
Their work was done.
Or they didn't.
Or they didn't. Yeah.
And they just integrated with me.
Yeah. Maybe they're still here. Oh my god.
You're a fucking alien.
Kind of scared, Phil.
I thought you were good on the computer.
So, what... do you feel you lack motivation in your life in any areas, or...?
Yeah, totally. I've got a fucking massive issue with motivation.
Tell me more.
It's dopamine, isn't it? That's the motivation, the incentive neurotransmitter. I think I'm right in saying that. My dopamine has been, like, my ability to secrete and create my own dopamine seems to be shit. And that's because if you plough yourself with a load of stuff, external stuff that gives you a blast of dopamine, they, like, that circuitry, like, sort of, like, atrophies a bit. So it makes it, like, less likely to create its own dopamine.
Yeah.
And since, you know, through various different things, like, these are probably bad for you for dopamine.
Energy drinks.
But like booze and cigs and fucking all that shit. My dopamine's fucked, and I definitely struggle to get motivated to do stuff. I totally want to. Like, my head's like, I wish I wasn't a lazy bastard. But my body just struggles to fucking...
Yeah. It struggles to kick into action.
Yeah.
I've had that recently. I've had, you know, I want to go to the gym. I'll go tomorrow. I suppose it's just, you've just got to train your brain to just, in the words of Dr. Shia Labeouf, just do it. I need to go to the gym. Right, go to the gym.
Yeah.
That's it. Go to the gym.
See, I've got that as a constant, lifting weights.
Yeah.
And doing a bit of jogging here and there. That I always stick. That always keeps us, like, in a happy state. Because I've, like, right, well, I know that I'm doing something consistently.
Yeah.
You know, I might look like shit. I might eat like shit. Might not really be making that much progress out in the world, but I know that I'm doing something positive in my life pretty much every day, and that's sort of enough to keep you balanced and not thinking, oh god, I'm a piece of utter shit, which I've been in that state before, where I haven't done anything all day and you just eat a lot of crap and you're just like, oh, I'm a fucking total piece of shit.
You just think, I've had that where it's just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What is this? What a wasted day.
You just feel like a weak person.
I don't like having lies in bed. I don't like sleeping in at stupid o'clock.
I like to get up early, like.
Because what a waste of a day.
I like the light in the morning. It's
nice.
In the early morning.
Yeah.
Like, get it, fucking. You definitely have some kind of satisfaction as well. Like,
oh yeah.
Look at me up at 6:15. Hey, what a fucking
what a lovely day.
You actually feel like, and I've done something right already.
Mm-hmm. Probably because it's
already I've done something right. Yeah.
That's how you start your day.
Yeah, get up early.
Get up early. Don't sleep in at 12 o'clock. Unless you've been working late.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't sleep in. I couldn't sleep in past fucking 10 o'clock, mate.
It just feels like a complete waste. You're nearly at noon, then it's almost the afternoon, you know, by the time you get to 12, and damn.
The day's just ruined.
Day's just ruined?
Next thing you know, you've getting some food in. Oh, it's 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. And it's dark. You know, like when it's winter or something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck.
Shit, I've had a few hours of daylight.
Yeah, I've had a couple hours of daylight. And it was shit daylight as well, because there's loads of clouds. You're like, no. Where's the fucking thing?
Yeah, it's depressing in the winter. For me, motivation isn't always an issue, but I think like anybody, I sort of dip in and out of it. Mm-hmm. Being motivated and not being. It always feels more rewarding when you are motivated and you do what you want to do. Even if it's something like getting your ass into gear and going to the gym, you always feel better after that workout because you went and did it.
It's called dopamine, buddy.
It's called dopamine, buddy. So if you just...
the reward chemical.
Keep rewarding yourself like that. Got to be good for your health. Mm-hmm. Yeah, above anything else, it's going to make you feel good.
Yeah, it's making your dopamine circuitry function better.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to like get the dopamine rush from, fucking beer, weed, cigs. You're just like, no man, I'm fucking working towards a goal.
Yeah.
I don't need nothing else. Because that just doing that, just having a fucking path that you've carved out. Like wait, that's the path I want to walk. That path has like walls up if you fucking choose to walk down it. And you can be shielded from all the other shit because you're fucking focused on walking down this path and getting to the fucking goal. And it's a mint feeling. And there's loads of different things you can do. Like loads of hobbies or interests or fucking careers or anything where you can carve out this path and just going, this is fucking where I'm going to be strong and powerful here because I'm working towards a goal. And because that in itself, working towards targets, achieving them, setting fucking higher targets and stuff, that makes you feel better because you're living a positive life in that state. You not criticise you for not being in a positive state. Mm-hmm. What's on the flip side of that? Negative.
Who wants to be negative?
So chances are you're not walking down that path if you're in that negative state. Then you're just wandering around. Yeah. Looking for something to make you feel a little bit better. Yeah. So I've fallen victim to many times. Don't drink every day anymore though. That's great.
Good stuff. Why would anybody want to be negative? Walking around in a sad state.
I think that's the thing though. Nobody does really want to be negative. Like nobody actually wants that.
Do you know what I can't stand? I can't stand. It's easy for me to say, but I can't stand it when insular people feel sorry for themselves. It's easy for me to say this, but because I'm not in that situation. But these people that feel sorry for themselves, don't want to do that today. Do it. Just do it. I didn't actually mean to quote him there, but I did. But these people that, like, I don't want to name names.
Phil.
But Phil. No, it's not Phil. You don't know this person. There is somebody that I know that lives a very, 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 very insular life. And she doesn't go beyond her hometown 95% of the time. Small town. And just complains. It doesn't even complain, just doesn't do anything with her life. Gonna have nothing to show for it at the end of it. It's gonna be a waste of time. This person will have wasted their life living in this insular bubble in which she hasn't gained anything, and the people around her, the few people that she's got around her, if anything, they've helped to promote the situation that she's in. It's upsetting to see that, but it's also ridiculous because you need to get out of that rut. It's easy to say, like I said, because I'm not in the situation, so people could be listening to this thinking that I sound like a dumbass. But it's not healthy to live so insular. You need to get out there, see more of the world, do stuff.
It's just
do stuff.
If you think about it though, people have different levels of happiness like different people.
Yeah.
And people have also different levels of like despair and depression.
They do, yeah.
Some people are like really fucking nailed into this hell where it's like, yeah man, you got no idea how hard this is for me to fucking get up and get a wash, man.
Yeah.
I would kill myself if I had enough dopamine in my system to kill myself. That's why they say it's more dangerous in terms of suicide when people who are being treated for depression start to like feel a little bit better.
Really?
That's when they're supposedly more at risk of committing suicide because they're now a little bit more motivated to actually go out and do something, that they're at a higher risk of actually following through with a suicide.
No, man.
Like, fuck! But even though they would seem more like...
You think it would take the opposite effect?
Yeah, but no, it's just... That's how... Yet again, it's all about dopamine, mate. That is the fucking... Like, that's the part of the material universe that is directly influencing that.
Yeah.
You know, forgetting about like spiritually how I feel in the world, man. Like this is my energy. Well, that may exist, but dopamine definitely exists, and it definitely is specifically to do with motivation.
I'm sorry if I offended or upset anybody by what I just said, but I'll cut it short and sweet by saying, however you live your life, in whichever confines or whichever situation you are in, just try and push yourself the furthest it can be pushed. Test yourself, motivate yourself. Don't live a life of regret. You know, it's like Joe Rogan says, be the hero of your own movie. Are you doing what you want to do? Some people are just happy to sit and settle at second best. Go for gold.
Yeah, it's like second best to yourself.
Yeah.
It's like,
you're stopping yourself achieving
the potential
greatness.
version of me finished first.
Yeah.
But I didn't go for potential.
Yeah. Stop dreaming.
I lost the race.
Turn your dreams into a reality. Play guitar. Wish I could start a band. Start a band. Put an advert online. Put a call out between people you know. Ask around. Does anybody want to do this? Put up a flyer in a local rock bar. Do something.
Yeah, the worst that'll happen
is
nothing.
The worst that'll happen is nothing. But chances are you're going to get something back, right?
Yeah.
Social networks these days are amazing. What they can do. Yeah, I'm worried that it might not work. Give it a try. It might not work, but it's worth a try. Push yourself, and it's something I'm really trying to adopt and put into place daily for myself. Something I'm really trying to work hard at, to really just do things that I should do. Just don't put it in the back of your mind or whatever, just do it.
Dude, that sounds like the perfect fucking reason to go and do some weights. I don't mean right now.
You don't want to go and do some weights?
But you know what I mean? Should definitely take advantage of that. Because then that's just the lowest, easiest level of showing that you are working towards a goal, is to just make your body a little bit better. So that'd be pretty cool. Like, just fucking going for some benching, some squats, some deadlifting with me fuck back.
Easy.
You gotta come do it.
I do. I keep saying that. I said that.
I don't like really say, "Oh, do you want to do it then?" So it's my fault, probably.
It is your fault. I mean, it's at your parents' house, Phil. So you need to get it sorted, Phil.
Yeah, it's a good spot for it.
I'm just scared that I'll look like a little bitch in front of you and your dad doing deadlifts.
But we wouldn't.
But then again, what the fuck am I saying? Why don't I just do it?
Exactly, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. I'm not fucking lifting any world records. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this fits in sort of with a yes man, doesn't it? You've been a yes man. If somebody says something to you, yes, I'll do it. Yeah.
Oh right, and for positive.
Except you need, do it for your own life. Yes, I will.
Yeah, like
yes, I can. Let's go.
When opportunities come, take them.
Take
them. Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Definitely deadlift together.
Definitely deadlift together. Without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. I should have went to. I was going to go to Los Angeles and become an actor a few years ago.
Really?
Years ago, yeah.
I wonder where all the actor stuff was going from.
That's probably my repressed memories.
Just having a breakdown.
Yeah, it's something I wouldn't want to do now. But having said that, every time I go to the cinema, I feel a tinge of sadness, and I think, oh man,
yeah.
If I'd have stuck at something hard enough, I could have been there. I mean, I probably wouldn't have been, but
would that be your dream job?
Yeah, as daft as it sounds, because I didn't take drama in school or anything.
Yeah.
I like the idea of becoming a different character, a different role. you know.
It's safety, isn't it? Like
Safety,
it's
yeah.
escapism in the youth mind.
Mm-hmm.
How can I feel better about a shit situation?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that comes from.
And I suppose by thinking this new way of thinking about just doing it, I have actually been considering joining the local drama group.
That's kind of mint.
Yeah. Just thinking about giving it a go. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If I'm the world's most wooden actor, then fuck it. If I'm like Tommy Wiseau in The Room, you seen that?
No.
The Room? You're daring me apart, Lisa! I think I'll drop the American accent though if I was to do that.
The podcast could turn into that, because I'll accompany you to these drama classes, and we'll turn the podcast into just some kind of musical theatre production with no words.
Two Guys, One Garage,
Just dancing
the Broadway
right
musical. Book your tickets now for Two Guys, One Garage, the musical hit show coming to the UK.
It's insane if we turn into that.
With the main theme coming on as we walk on the stage, with lyrics composed by Ryan Cowell to the music.
The
Which
very best.
Ryan said he put lyrics to the guitar riff, but
Did he?
that's all he said. I've been writing lyrics for the guitar riff, but he's never actually.
What the fuck, Ryan? I need to see this. I
Go
need
in
to see
touch
these
and tell
lyrics.
I don't know how any lyrics could match with that guitar riff.
Yeah. Do you
Do,
want to have
do,
a
do,
fucking great experience listening to the podcast?
Do you? Do you?
Well, fuck yeah, man.
Well, fuck yeah. We'll listen to Two Guys, One Garage then, Phil.
I already do.
You do, huh? You do.
I do.
One of 5 listeners.
Yeah. Two of them are me.
Yeah.
Different names.
I might be the 3rd and 4th. Possibly.
Who's the other guy then?
Who is the other guy? Is it Luke? Yeah,
Is that you, Luke?
It could be Luke, huh?
Josh, you fucking ass.
You fucking asshole. Maybe it's Lee. Or maybe it's Joey Viz. I don't know. Nate Thunder?
Joey.
You kidding me? We've got a few listeners. We've got a good number of listeners actually. Haven't we?
10.
Shut up, man. we often joke on and say that we've got a very small handful of listeners, but we actually have quite a lot of listeners
Oh, we're fairly lucky.
from all over the world, and the numbers definitely going up. I'm just glad that we can present this podcast to people from overseas, overseas people across the pond in America and
Come on, that blows my mind.
in
Like-
Norway and that. Listen to the podcast.
Anna, like, how the fuck did you come across this?
How did you find this? I often find with podcasts I get roped in by the title.
Title's a big deal.
The title is a big podcast selling point to me. If the title doesn't stimulate my brain, I don't click that download button. I don't click that watch. I don't press play. It's definitely a key selling point of podcasts. Yeah.
Especially when you're not into them yet.
The podcasts are on the rise in the UK. They're a much bigger thing in America than they are over
if you
here.
just like
but-
found a podcast and you were like, oh, I'll listen to one of these, but you'd never heard
Mhm.
any of the stuff before.
And you selected, shall we say, a crappy episode,
Yeah.
that could put you off for life.
Oh, that's too bad. I don't want to listen to you guys ever again.
I've got to
Good night.
when I've been working away, I've been listening to some of our podcasts, new and old, just to make notes. I like to make notes on what works and what doesn't work and try and iron out the kinks. And listening to some of the older podcasts, they were pretty rough. There was a few episodes that I think are really good, but there was a couple, and it was only a couple, well, maybe 2 or 3 episodes I did listen to, older ones, that I really thought we dropped the ball on. I really didn't think that they were great. Listening back to them, I thought, shit, either we were having an off day or we've just got better at doing this. I probably think it's a mix of both. I think we have got better at presenting podcasts, and I do think that we've definitely dropped the ball on some of the older ones where
Are you trying to get sponsored now?
I'd love to get sponsored. Shia Labeouf, do you fancy
Trying to get a
giving...
fucking sponsor over here.
Should we get some kind of a sponsor of Shia Labeouf there? I'd love to interview Shia Labeouf.
And say what? Ask him.
I'd say, Shia...
What was it
some
like dancing with that weird little girl in that music video? Because that was borderline real creepy there.
Tell me about that dude, and then tell me about how the fuck you get your beard in such good shape, man.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Phil loves his beard.
I didn't like that one on that recent video though. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Does
Just
it like, do you
short,
reckon,
wasn't it?
Do you reckon to touch it up like in these photos and shit? Although in that video, in that music video where he's dancing around with a little chick in the cage or whatever the fuck, his beard looks pretty immense there.
I think it was just longer,
Yeah.
more growth, yeah.
Great beard. Great beard.
Great beard. Have you got any motivational advice for the listeners, Phil?
That's a good question. Who the fuck am I to tell you anything? You know what, like the path. Don't
You know.
Like you know.
You know.
You know exactly.
People in America don't know what
want.
you know means, Philip.
I don't give a fuck. Now they know.
You'll scare off the listeners. Don't slag the listeners up, Phil.
Don't tempt me. They know I hate him. Those little fucks.
Oh, he's joking. He loves you guys.
It's him I hate.
Yeah, he hates me.
He's
We don't even like each other. We're just
a fucking point there.
narcissistic and we like to be recorded.
You know what you want. Just for a fact, you just know what it is you want deep down. It might seem like you don't, but you do. Because it's like battering away at you. Very quietly just saying, this is the kind of life you want. So I don't need to tell anybody shit. You don't. Nobody does, because they've just got to make that one choice. Do I go on for it or not?
Yes or no?
Answer the question.
Answer the question. Shall I do it or shall I not do it? That's
Yes.
the only question. It's a yes or it's a no.
Just do it.
Don't let it be a maybe where you put it off. It's either a yes or a no. That girl's hot. Shall I ask her out? Yes or no?
No, because the boyfriend is fucking huge. Of course not.
What's the worst that can happen? It's either no, I'll not ask her out.
That's the worst that can
Well, that could happen. You could end up getting smacked.
It's worth it though.
But, hey, you know, she shouldn't have been such a flirtatious bitch.
Standing there with her back to me, not giving me any signals whatsoever.
You're giving me the cold shoulder. You know,
Hey.
that turns me on, cutie pie. That's it. That's all I've got to say. Phil says that, you know, you decide what you want to do. But all I'm going to say is this, right? If you really want to live your life to the best, take any opportunity you can to, progress yourself as a person, whatever that may be. Try not to get stuck in a rut, because that isn't healthy. I've been stuck in ruts before. I've managed to get myself out of them. Especially, it's easier looking back in hindsight, but
You've got to figure out why the fuck you're in a rut in the first place, man.
Yeah.
You've got to just go, right, what behaviours am I exhibiting in this world that are actually making me like this? Because somewhere down the line, you are like, you're complying with the bullshit in your life.
yes,
You're allowing it to happen to a certain extent. Some people just don't know how to stop that from happening.
yeah,
You've got to learn. You've got to learn what it is you can do physically in the material universe that can get rid of some of this bullshit.
yeah.
Just got to go, actually, if I stop saying yes to absolutely everything and can exert my right to say no when I want to.
Yeah, the power. I was saying yes, do it. So obviously, in some situations, you have the power to say no as well, and that works to the same effect.
Yeah, that
No,
wasn't
I
me
won't
trying
do
to
that.
contradict
I'll do this instead, because
Yeah,
that works for me.
yeah,
You know?
because you've got to like learn what like weird little shit you've got going on in the way you interact with people,
Yeah,
in the way you interact with yourself, what you can actually get rid of, you know, out of that, because it's just totally holding you back and causing a lot of your shit, and then what you can replace it with. Actually, I'll get rid of me being jealous and replace it with me going out running every morning. You know what I mean? Two things that
Oh,
feel better now.
dopamine feels kind of good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've just got to try and like, you've got to run some kind of like system fucking update. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
delete a few files.
Yeah.
Install some new programs and fucking enjoy the experience.
Remember, every day is a new day. Every day is the chance for you to become a better person, to improve your life. It's almost like every night you're getting, somebody's hitting the reset button. You can wake up and you can grab that day by the balls and take control. That's the amazing thing.
Even if you just decided to just live day by day, just be
Day by day, yeah.
live in the moment, everything, take it one day at a time. You could still have a class life, even if it didn't look at other people like you were specifically trying to reach a goal, but you were just going for the living in the moment vibe. That could still be just as fucking brilliant, that. Because that would feel mint, because in order to enjoy that, you would have to have, you know, some level of mental stability about you, to not be sitting there freaking out like haven't fucking paid your bills this month or something.
Yeah.
Or thinking, oh god, I've put on another stone. You know? So if you even if you just live day by day in a nice chilled mindset, that's fucking good enough, you know? Because that's making the present moment for everyone around you nicer.
Yeah. Oh, I never took up snowboarding. I was going to do that a few years ago, but I never got around to it. Well, just do it then. Just do it. Take up snowboarding. You don't have money to do it? No, well, save up some money, buy a board, get some lessons, and do it. Simple as that. If you want to do it, if you want something enough, you'll fight for it, right?
Yeah.
If you want something enough, you're going to go out your way and you're really going to fight hard to get that prize at the end.
Yeah, you've got to have the balls to actually want something.
You've got to have the balls. You've got to it's like you said in that video. What did he say? Yesterday you said tomorrow. It's like putting something off all the time. You get to the point where everybody else gives up and you don't stop. You keep going. You know, it's a race that you've got to keep going, and people are going to drop around you that can't quite go the distance to get to that point that they want to get to. You've got to pass all them and think, that's the end line, that's where I want to be. Let's keep going till I get there, whether it takes 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 years.
You're going to be judged on what you were like most of the time during your life. So if most of the time during your life you were putting shit off, that's how you're going to be judged. As the guy that put shit off and didn't really live up to his potential. So that's why, like, every day sort of is pretty important.
He's a one-trick pony. He never does what he says he's going to do.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, that will turn into where it's like, oh, that's just what you were like in life. Yeah.
That's common knowledge passed down. That's who that person was.
Yeah. I'm a bit like that.
You are a bit like Phil does fuck all. Fuck all.
Nothing. Not a thing.
Not a thing.
I sit in this chair and wait for you to arrive.
He does. Yeah, he does.
I get fed through a straw that I've got connected to the fridge.
I service Phil.
It's a wonderful life. I'm living in the moment, so fuck you guys.
Don't tell them to fuck off, Phil. They're the listeners, man. They're fucking...
Oh,
big respect for these guys.
You don't give them enough credit, man. They can handle it.
Yeah.
They can handle it, guys.
They made it tough stuff. They've got to be able to listen to this shit.
They're probably fucking living class lives. They're probably gone, yeah, what, get motivated? Yeah, I know. I fucking run a gym.
Do we need to get motivated, David and Phil? What the fuck are you talking about?
You guys look like you could probably do with going to
probably 10 times more motivated than you ever will be.
But thanks anyway, guys, for trying. I just want to give you a motivational speech.
Here's some motivational speech for you guys. Stop doing a fucking podcast. It sucks, assholes.
Fuck that's a motivation, huh?
Nobody listens to your podcast. Stop making it.
I'm listening. Hi, Phil. Little Easter egg for myself there.
Hey. You know, I would like a bit of negative criticism.
Would you?
I would. I mean, it's obviously a good sign that we haven't got any. But I would like some negative...
for the podcast?
Some negative criticism for the podcast. Oh, I got plenty of negative criticism in real life. Don't you worry, Phil. I want some negative criticism for the podcast. Because I want something... So I want somebody to, you know... Naturally, I don't want somebody to just troll the podcast and say, podcast shit. I want somebody to come up with something creative and mention it on the podcast, so we know which direction to head, some way to push the podcast to become what I want it to be.
Yeah, and that's sort of like opening up to like, let's all guide it together, and taking like that's like putting power into like.
Let's give power.
That's diffusing the power, isn't it?
Let's give power to the people.
Because at this stage, we're fucking clueless. All right, that's the truth.
Oh, Phil.
We don't know where we're going.
You're breaking my heart.
But we're sticking with it because we're motivated.
We're motivated. We ain't going to stop doing the podcast, whether you give a shit or not.
Yeah, even if I'm the last listener, I'm listening.
No doubt because
I love watching myself.
No doubt because I edit the podcast, I'll be the last listener, Phil. So fuck you.
Oh, you're playing that game with us?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to fucking tell Anonymous that you're a piece of shit and that you should be hacked. And I'm going to get them to send me the files so they're hacked. You can open them, but they send them to me, and I can open them.
Phil, I did give you the passwords to all the accounts. You just can't remember them, you dumb fuck.
Just constantly writing them down and losing them.
You didn't even write them down?
No. I didn't even listen.
Yeah, Phil's motivation. Nah, you do it, Dave. You do it.
You probably sent us a message with it on, and I was probably like, I'm not going to read that. I can tell at the corner of my eye that's a password, but no. Don't need it.
I'll disassociate with that. I'm not interested. So to wrap this one up, if there's something that you really want to get, something you really want to achieve, something you strive for and you long for, fight for it, do it, be motivated, live life to the best. We're not philosophers by a massive long shot, but we're just humans like you, made of stardust, roaming about planet Earth, in the universe, in the Milky Way.
Fucking ultimately, absolutely clueless.
We are pointless in the grand scheme of life, but we've all got to help each other out because we're only here for a short time. So
we're gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
That's the beauty of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes life real.
And then if you're lucky enough, a medium might be possessed by your you ghost.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I want you to tell him that he was a piece of shit to me on that deal that we tried to...
He's a piece of shit. Phil says you're a piece of shit.
Tell him that I used to eat a lot of French fries.
French fries! French fries! Why are you talking like that? Possessed!
Yeah, I just describes it as he's in that possessed state, in that way. I'm clearly possessed. Don't ask any more questions.
Don't ask any more questions. Don't push me. Don't press me. If you want to become a spiritualist medium, you do it. Watch Darren Brown, then you'll work out how to trick the human mind. Yeah.
All about the fucking subconscious, isn't it?
Subconscious.
Subliminal.
Subconscious. Right then. Thanks for watching and listening. If you were listening, but you want to watch it, go on the YouTube page, 2 Guys 1 Garage Podcast. If you're watching this and you'd rather listen to it on the move, go on SoundCloud or iTunes, type in 2 Guys 1 Garage Podcast on the search bar. It will come up. Subscribe. Rate and review it if you fancy it. If you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think it's dog shit. Your choice. And maybe write a comment, share your thoughts, and let us know. And subscribe on YouTube if you want to see more of these videos. And I ain't forcing you. But,
thanks for your time.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for having us. It's been an honour to be in your presence. We really appreciate this.
Motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker! So, I'm sure we'll see you very soon.
I hope so.
I really do too. I quite like your company. Your calming and soothing presence. It's amazing. Big kiss. Right then. Until next time. Farewell.
Good night.
Goodbye.